What is up, all ye flat earthers? All right, I'm on my way up to Payson, Arizona. We are out in the boonies. Okay, this is where there's no radio reception, there's no internet, yet you got perfect GPS signal. If you set up a DirecTV dish out here, you get perfect signal. But yet the flat earthers want people to believe that all those signals really come from the towers that have the cell phone sites. Pause that. Yeah, it gave up and kept changing tracks because there's no signal until it got to one that's actually on internal storage for the phone. To get GPS or to get your location, you need to at least 3 separate signal sources. It's called triangulation. And it uses basically, the further you go from each one, your signal gets weaker and weaker. It's attenuated. That signal, how far you are from there, comparing to the 3 separate sources, with you being in between the 3, you have to be between those 3 sources, is how you can base your location, with just at least 3. And that's a gross positioning system. It's GPS, when you have a pretty good clear view of the sky of them at a time. That's how this is so accurate, to where it's got our elevation changing constantly. I don't have to go that close, Melissa. Our miles per hour.
I'm trying to pick up
and it's
sunflower
working.
seeds.
It's accurate. We're where there is no cell phone service, not even one.
Are you upset?
This how it's frustrating how stupid the militant flat earthers are. We just come to a stop, and that's going to update, and it's going to say 0.
You should be upset that there's sunflower seeds all over the floor.
Yeah, you just spilled them. So show that again. Oh, my friend John, I'm gonna have to help him back his motorhome in. We're out in the boonies. We're in East Verde, Arizona, which is about 10 minutes north of Payson, Arizona. There's no signal out here. Okay. They don't have any, they have to use satellite TV. They don't have cable here. There's no cable TV. And hardly any, the only way to get internet is some person finally brought in some actual physical lines here. And they're sharing it with Wi-Fi to a couple people. That's the only way you could get internet out here. Or you have Wild Blue, something like that, which is a satellite based, and it's not all that fast. Did he? What is up, all ye flat earthers? We are in the boonies, miles out of town, where there is no cell phone service. This is a place where people are using satellite dishes for TV, or they're not getting any TV because there's no cable service here either. We're down in a canyon. See the hills? They're all around us. And friend's got an old, what do they call it? Wild Blue or whatever that was. Hey, what was that old internet service that was dish based that's down there? What was Wild Blue that you used to install?
Yeah, and I could still go back to that too.
And it works here.
Yeah.
What is it? It wasn't real fast.
Don't work like that though.
Huh?
Don't work like that.
No. What was the direction you aimed at to, roughly? Do you remember?
Everything south, duh.
What?
Everything goes south.
Well, it depends on where the server provider is, but south. Do you remember? It was pretty close to the DirecTV one then, huh? But, okay, but DirecTV and Dish are both rough.
5 degrees.
That's what I'm asking. 105 is not due south. 180 is.
Pretty close.
That's not. I was just wondering if you remembered what the azimuth was, that's all.
110, 119, 45 degrees.
Okay, cool.
110, 119.
Because I know Dish Network is almost directly south. It's real close. It's like 179 or something.
Look at the Dish Network right behind you.
Well, I don't have a compass with me here.
110, 119, and 129.
I thought they were more like 179.
No.
Maybe it's direct. One of them is almost due south and one's not. Maybe it's DirecTV.
All 3 right there. It's nearly due south.
What's all 3? What are you talking about?
110, 119, and 129.
Oh, 3 things that's hitting at once,
3
you're saying.
satellites.
Yeah. But they're rough. The old ones, I used to have a single one. I used to know what they were. And one of them was almost directly south, and then one of them, DirecTV or Dish, I can't remember, one was just southeast a little bit, but almost south.
Wild Blue not only has the 105, but they got other satellites you can't point at, but they're below the horizon, so they don't work.
Oh, but if it was a flat Earth, it would never be below the horizon, and it would work. And another proof, I didn't even know that.
Basically,
I didn't.
way east.
Yeah.
below the horizon.
There's definitely no line of sight shot from here to any towers for cell phones.
The perfect dog.
So I had to get out from underneath that because I want to show you that there is no service.
Snowboarding?
Oh,
but it's
longer.
Yeah.
Got bigger trucks.
No service.
Because he was just for you.
No phone.
Yeah, and you use the harness that's on it.
But let me open this GPS app I put in.
Get on the bicycle and ride with him. And that's why he has that harness on.
Vertical accuracy within 45 feet. This is not coming from cell phone towers, you retards. This is coming from orbit GPS. We have mountains all the way around us right here. This is BFE. Still pull this down, no service. I should probably be able to walk around and get this GPS to move a little bit. Sick. I'm jogging now. See that? Horizontal accuracy. Okay, horizontal is 2297, vertical 32. So vertical is probably the elevation, and then horizontal is probably, you know, as I walk around. So it knows where I am within 20 feet circle around me, or 20 feet total. So that's good accuracy. Can't use the map to show where I'm at because the map needs the internet, which I don't have because there is no connection out here. We are in the boonies. Nothing, no connection. So cool that I got this app that I put in here just to use a standalone GPS. This is funny. 4,512 foot altitude. That is accurate. That is accurate for where we're at. Yep, flat earthers. Checkmate. Just film so we could just see the scenery where we're at, where we're coming out of East Verde.
Please don't put that in the video.
We're down in the valley.
Oh, wait.
We're gonna just film until we get up to go to the road because I want to show.
Well, I wanted to stop at the creek, but I guess not.
No time for that. All right. Make sure you get all this instead of just my dash.
I wasn't sure if you were wanting the phone in the video.
Well, we're rattling back there. We're gonna have to fix that when we stop. All right, we're in the valley all around us. Up there, you'll see when we climb this hill. Still, look, the GPS is working fine. Good accuracy, 22 feet. No cell phone signal. There's no cell phone signal here. Never has been.
Oh, look how gorgeous that is.
Yep. Yeah, we used to hang out here.
Creek.
In fact, we need to come up here sometime when the summer starts.
Aaron and I went up here when it was frozen over and it was gorgeous.
When it floods, it comes over the bridge and it gets scary. There's some water.
You're supposed to be going 15 miles an hour and it's not. Dangerous.
When you hold that close, it probably wasn't in focus. All right, now we're coming up to the main highway. So it came up here a little bit. Now she could probably pan the camera left and right. We're in a canyon, are we not?
Yes.
Look that way. We are in a canyon. No line of sight signal for microwave signals to be to work for GPS or for DirecTV if it was just going vertically to a cell phone tower, which there isn't none. There isn't Payson 10 miles away over several mountains.
Trying to show that I had no service, but didn't focus.
I already showed there's no signal. We'll get signal when we get in town. The thing is,
how fast are you going?
Oh.
How fast are you supposed to be
It's
going?
turbocharged. I didn't realize it was fast.
Sure. I didn't feel safe.
You're holding the camera at least this time.
Yeah. Why don't you get like something to set like on your center console?
See, that's pretty accurate because it's getting up to 60. I just set the cruise control for 60. It's almost there. It says 59. You know, it is just a stupid app. But look, the accuracy is staying real. See how it's saying 22 point something feet? staying very, consistent. Try to get this fly out of here, fucker.
Swerves.
Come up over the hill. Obviously, the hills are having no effect. The accuracy of the GPS and the GPS function is staying exactly the same. Still no cell phone service.
Is that because of satellite?
No, there's no cell. Yeah, this is working off satellite.
That's
the
what I
GPS.
said.
That's what I'm trying to show them. They're trying to make the claim, and they never leave their mama's computer and prove to us. Otherwise, I'm showing proof. They're still going to make up just new inventions. One dude said that, GPS comes from hot air balloons holding
Who
up
started
signals.
this whole flat Earth thing, anyways?
Satan, and it's always been a thing, but not,
How long has this been a thing? Has it?
It's growing huge right now, and the Christians that are not real firm are getting deceived. A lot of them are innocent. It's just the fact that they got their eyes awakened to 9/11 and things like that, which is just mind-blowing when people realize and start putting things together that, hey, 9/11 is not what we were told from the controlled media. There's a lot of lies to that. But, so they start learning this
so
stuff.
everything's a lie.
Well, people put up videos on YouTube. They try to make it seem like a documentary. It does make you think sometimes, and you go, wait a minute, how does that work? Because you could watch a news clip from the news, and the guy says, we were looking over the bay, and we could see these buildings over there. And we just got signal, just popped in, because we're coming up to town.
Nice.
LTE.
See, my phone's not vibrating yet.
So, what was I going to say?
People making videos being convincing.
Okay. Yeah, people have found and they try to isolate it, but they're not listening. But there's a video clip of a news anchor showing that you could zoom across this one bay and see these buildings. And they said normally you can't see these buildings. It would be too far. It'd be under the horizon of the Earth would be blocking most or all these buildings, but yet we could see it. And then they take that news clip and they'll show, see, this is so many miles away. If the Earth has to be flat. But the thing is, if you listen closely to what the news guy is saying and what everybody admits that is actually filming it, is that when the weather conditions are right, with the humidity, water vapor in the air, acts as a lens, it's curving the light and you can see it like a mirage. That's what it is. Mirage, people think it's just something that's not there. It is there. It's just you're seeing something that's further away over the horizon. It's just the atmosphere with the water vapor becoming a lens. It's just curving it. The thing is, if they listen and they pay attention, is you can't always see those buildings over the bay right there because the water conditions have to be right. It's just like CB radio and ham radio. You can bounce those low frequencies off of the ionosphere when the conditions are right, but you can only do it sometimes, not consistently. The retards will go and say all DirecTV is coming from, these are the ones that you prove that it's not coming from nearby towers because we're out in the boonies, right? Then their next excuse is, it's coming off the ionosphere, it's bouncing off the ionosphere. No, DirecTV's 18 gigahertz, it doesn't bounce off the ionosphere, it goes right through it.
And why are they so in denial?
And if you look at people, I was in the CB radios, and all my friends were in the hams and stuff when I hung out with when we were a kid, when you were a baby.
Oh, I
drove
remember.
around with CB radios doing stuff, right?
We played CB radio
we used to talk to
tag.
people in Texas from Arizona here sometimes.
I remember playing tag.
When the weather conditions are right. And it's only sometimes. It's not consistent. So to say that DirecTV is ionosphere
Guns,
skip
antiques, Indian jewelry.
is not true. Even if 18 gigahertz would skip, it wouldn't be consistent. Then when you prove that to some people, then they start making them do some, it's bouncing off the dome. And so the next level of me proving that that's wrong is that they think the dome is not very far up. Well, if you take the trajectory of installing DirecTV around different parts of Arizona, for example, you could triangulate what you're aiming it at. Obviously, the dome is not very far away, they say. So if we're all aiming at the same object, we could prove that it's not real close to where the dome is. It's 23,000 miles away, pretty much, approximately.
Don't you need to get over pretty soon?
Oh, I should have taken Tyler Parkway, already passed it. I guess we're going to go take 260. Yet flat earthers are just not very swift, and somebody like me that can even think of things that are beyond the knowledge I already have, I can learn and research, instead of just being stubborn, I'm not good at trigonometry and stuff like that. I'm good at math though, but I've never really gotten into trigonometry. Can't even say it.
Trigonometry?
Yes.
I can't say it.
That wasn't
It's not
my
a Varnish thing.
But I do understand, you know, I know a little. I could look up stuff.
Trigonometry.
Formulas. Pastor's son, who's taken that now, and he's like 12. He just got done doing stuff proving the flat Earth is wrong. By the flat earthers want to say that the curvature of the Earth, we just square the distance and multiply it times 8 inches. You know, because of an 8-inch drop per mile is what the curvature of the Earth is. But they want to just like say, okay, if we're going to go 20 miles out, 20 squared times 8 inches. That's not an accurate formula. And I looked up formulas, and the only people that say to square the distance and multiply times 8 inches of the drop are flat earthers. If you look up scientists and everybody else that does normal, how should I say, you know, survey work or anything like that, or you know, people that you know. There's a complicated formula to it. So you have to do several steps of formulas, you know, in brackets and everything. Like you multiply this value, you know, square this plus this square, then divided by this. It's not a simple equation. It's not just distance squared times 8 inches per mile. And that's how they get their gross. And I guess they were using that flat earther equation in it, like to try. And then once they were actually plotting the Earth, it was like grossly way retarded wrong. So you have to use a pretty complex formula.
It's gonna be a very long video to edit.
Yeah. So anyway, without going on, I'm just saying flat earthers are stupid. I'm gonna take that back. Not everybody that's into the flat earth conspiracy is stupid. They're just got drawn into the conspiracy. Those are the ones that I'm helping. The militant ones who, no matter what you show them or what you prove or explain why you don't believe it,
Wife.
show the phone number.
Stopping recording.
The militant ones are just retarded. Just hit that red button. All right, just hold it and stay out here. All right, we're dropping down in a Star Valley east of Payson. In view here, you'll start to see a cell phone tower. Okay, there's one.
Oh, I see it.
According to the flatties, that's what all GPS signal and all DirecTV comes from.
Would you like me to zoom in?
But as you're moving around hills, as you're moving around buildings, this isn't going to stay. Now show the phone. You're not going to get my phone. You're not going to have like consistent.
Gonna get hit.
Oh, the Big Brother photo radar, the history thing. You're not going to get consistent use out of GPS or DirecTV and stuff like that from those. So most of the flat earthers are claiming that DirecTV is coming from those cell phone towers. The thing is, I could easily disprove that. We just saw John say that, you know, basically most of all of Arizona, where you aim in the dishes, almost due south.
Not in that direction.
And then there's DISH, and we can look them up, and I'll superimpose that on the video of where you're aiming. Okay, the thing is, as you move tens of miles, okay, the direction that you're aiming changes slightly, very slightly, because the satellite is 23,000 miles away. If it was aiming at these things, say this is the only tower here, wouldn't all the DirecTV dishes all be aimed at that? Of course, there is no microwave up there.
Okay, why do you keep saying microwave?
Well, it is microwave, but it's like,
okay.
you know, it's not.
Would you like me to zoom in?
No.
I would if I could. Okay.
Just fine. The pattern, I'm trying to say, the antenna pattern is to go in a circular shape all the way around that, or it could be, you know, focused towards the town. DirecTV and things like that are aimed one direction.
Oh, great.
Is that your phone?
Yep.
So, but basically, if that was where DirecTV was coming from, everybody around here would have their dishes all aimed at that one object, because it's the only cell tower within 10 miles of here, right? And then there's mountains. But no, all the dishes are all aimed south. There's one right there. It's aimed south. It's not aimed to the left of here where that tower is.
It's not picking up.
Retards. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's just, I can prove flat earthers are wrong. That's all I'm saying.
There.
Okay, get in here so focus is on there. Okay. Still no signal. No signal. We're out in the middle of nowhere still, out from the city. There isn't cell phone towers all around us. GPS is working just fine. Back it up low so it focuses. See, we're dropping down altitude, 1,825. It's accurate. It's going down. Speed is accurate. You have to have signals around you, accurate ones, to triangulate to do this. And actually need more than 3 to get to be getting the altitude. The altitude's dropping down. The reason you get altitude is because the signals are coming from above. Flat Earth retards.